This might be the laziest method of sea fishing in the world. You only need to drag a net through the water once, and the fish trapped in the stone enclosures cannot escape their fate of ending up on the dinner table. It's called lazy because all you have to do is check the fish at a fixed time and place every day. You can lie at home the rest of the time, with food and clothing taken care of, completely avoiding the hardships of sun, wind, and sea, as well as the risks of going out to fish. Truly a guaranteed harvest in any season. However, living this enviable fisherman's life requires 7 years of sweat and labor. These new-style stone enclosures, called shihu by the locals, are man-made fishing grounds in shallow waters. When the tide rises, water flows over the walls of the enclosure, and fish swim in with the tide. When the tide recedes, those who fail to escape are firmly trapped inside, waiting to be harvested. Old Ke comes to collect the fish every 7 days. The water in the enclosure is shallow, so he only needs to pull the net around once to return fully loaded. But constructing the stone enclosure is not a task completed overnight, nor could it be done by one family alone. This particular enclosure was built by his father, together with 5 brothers and 3 other households, taking 7 years to complete. Each household would take turns fishing, 1 family per day. Now, Old Ke continues his father's legacy, planning to build a new stone enclosure with others. The first consideration is the site. The water cannot be too deep, or fishing would be difficult. Tidal fluctuations must also be taken into account. The stones for building the enclosure must be carefully selected. Size and weight must be just right, so that the stones fit perfectly together. To resist the erosion of waves, then wooden rafts are used to transport the chosen stones from the shore. Stacking the stones requires great precision. The outer wall must be vertical, the inner wall inclined at a 5-degree slope, stone by stone. The enclosure is built. This slope was discovered through generations of trial and error. Best able to withstand the force of waves. No matter how strong the storm, the enclosure remains stable. It turns out that even cultivating a terraced field involves so much knowledge. These terraces follow the contours of the mountains, forming elegant curves. They are the precious legacy of the Longji people, built over 650 years by countless generations. Due to the slope of the mountains, the largest terrace measures only 0.62 meters wide, and the narrowest spots can fit just 3 rice seedlings. Whenever a new terrace is to be created, experienced villagers must survey and plan, verifying the feasibility and ensuring it won't disrupt the irrigation system in an agricultural civilization. The desire for arable land was ingrained in the people. No matter how difficult the construction, they would overcome every obstacle. During the autumn and winter, when the soil is firmer, a team of veteran farmers sets out at the planned site. They dig the terrace foundation according to the terrain to prevent water leakage. The dug-up soil is compacted using wooden timbers, layer by layer, until the new terrace is level and firm on the outer edge. A ridge over a foot high is built with mud to better retain water, but a small outlet, about 10 centimeters wide, must be left so the terrace can connect to the irrigation system, rather than becoming isolated. Hundreds of years ago, the Longji people discovered they could use the difference in water levels to create self-irrigating terraces. Spring water naturally flows down channels into each terrace, and each terrace has its own outlet, forming a top-to-bottom, stepwise irrigation system. Moreover, water quality improves as it flows downward. Each terrace benefits from the system while contributing to it by fully utilizing limited resources. They created a unique terraced landscape that stands out in the history of world agriculture.